So this topic has been coming up through forums on chronic fatigue syndrome and magnesium. Um, One thing that I noticed was this quote that found online doing research: patients with chronic fatigue syndrome have low red blood cell magnesium. The physiological concept of fatigue as a consequence of inadequate oxygen delivery is widely accepted, tying oxygen carrying capacity directly to magnesium. Now, we explained this in other podcasts on anemia, that how magnesium's role in the shaping of the hemoglobin uh, donut, or whatever that's called, um, uh, biconcave valve, or whatever that's called. Um, well, let's just call it platelet. I guess you can get a picture for it. Um, and how that shapes that, allowing it to not have these edges and to move smoothly and have a flexibility to it, which allows it to move through the system properly. And this is going to be a key to oxygen delivery. Not only for that, but also the magnesium creates a flexible structure within the platelet to receive, like a sigmoidal structure, like in the shape of a C, which allows oxygen to sit there without being overly attached. Magnesium is very famous for its role in removing the platelet activity as far as in the blood itself, meaning the stickiness of the platelets. It's not the platelets, but it's the thromboxane, which is a chemical that creates more platelet activity and makes the blood stickier. And so magnesium works against this to get the bonds to be right and light so that the oxygen can be uploaded and downloaded, or uploaded and offloaded, I guess you could say, into the cells that need the oxygen delivered into the cells. So this allows for a smooth system, and this increases the oxygen. So the oxygen is the key element to the molecular level of the C.F.S paradigm. So high levels of pure magnesium are very important, and the only way to maintain those levels, because taking pills, that goes right back out of you. They've proven that it has to be in contact with the body 24 hours for us to assimilate magnesium. So in order to get that 24 hours, it has to be attached to so many things so that the metal can break down. And so that metal is broken down much better through the skin. The skin has an acid layer, and then leads into a lipid layer with esters and other sugars and things below that. And so this perfect system of fermentation, which is kind of what it is, allows for not only to keep out bad bacteria like fermentation does, but it also allows for, like a microflora on the skin, which is proven. But it also allows for the magnesium to come in, the magnesium chloride molecule to come in through acidification processes to be more assimilatable, and then through other processes of conjugation to be able to become like a food attached to fat or sugars or esters or whatever, to come into the body and be the food for the body. So your body can create citrate and threonate and glycinate and all that stuff that we see on TV, or with these patented molecules and stuff. Like, it creates all of that in the body through the chloride molecule. Even when you eat, the hydrochloric acid turns your magnesium into magnesium chloride once again. So we're back to the C, we're back to the magnesia, which is in Greece, where this whole bath culture originated. We're bringing back that old tradition through a modern format. So what we're doing is we're bringing it into a bottle. It's $3 a week. We use it directly for CFS, for example, or other conditions. Fibromyalgia and Lyme disease, etc. We can use that directly, do it every day, 10 to 20 sprays, do it all over the skin. The skin you can load up much more than the internal, because it's a ubiquitous organ. You can dose up with it. People forget that. Sports people don't, because they know about this, but everyday people are still learning about it. So dose up. Get as much as you can. You can abuse it to a certain degree because of the way the system works and the way the skin works. It can't harm you the way it could if we were taking the pills, So this is a better way to do it, and more in line with history as well, strangely. But getting this, get the right stuff. Don't get the fake stuff. Get blue glass bottles with the Zechstein Inside logo. Don't get cheap plastic stuff that's called genuine Zechstein or ancient or Permian or whatever, because it's usually diluted and they don't tell you. So it's not getting the strongest dilution, which is natural dilution, maximum dilution, I guess you could say. And then on top of that, what's worse is it's refined. So it's refined. It's not coming from a natural state source. It's coming from their own self-certified source, which most of it's coming from Asia. It's remarketed. It's solvent extracted to remove the potassium, remove the heavy metals, and then it's sent off and remarketed to look like it comes from Europe, even using the word Zechstein. So get the right stuff. Glass shows the proof of that. It shows the endocrine disrupting chemicals have been pushed away from our philosophy. We are not there, and try to get the right stuff for the right price point, and don't go cheap on such a ubiquitous molecule and deficiency as magnesium. So go for the pure stuff, help detoxify those heavy metals, those endocrine disruptors, and all that through the skin, through the chelation power of unrefined magnesium. Come check us out at theheartoftradition.com.